There you go.
That's just what we need is super licensed super fleas.
Yeah, well, I guess at least we'll look out for a while. That's how they stopped the spread of lice temporarily, but super lice-y.
I saw The Onion the other day that they, and I thought of Jeff the time that we were out on the island and the mosquitoes were like ridiculous. Off had come out with a giant citronella mosquito effigy that you could burn in your campsite to keep the mosquitoes away. Yeah, we used to camp out on Government Island, and one year we found the corpse of a desiccated cow, and we were convinced the mosquitoes were so bad. We were convinced that it wasn't really just a naturally dead cow; that the mosquitoes had like just leached it of all of its blood and left it there.
Oh, truly sure. They probably did. They are jerks, and I hate them, and they always attack me no matter what I do.
Yeah, Jeff thought that he could wear this bright blue spandex shirt and that it would keep them off of him. We were sitting around the campfire one night and I said, "Hey, Jeff, shake for a second," and this cloud comes off of him of these little mosquitoes. It was
like a surf rash shirt, so it fit snug. It was nice to sit around because it wasn't thick, but it was warming. But it projected in UV or something, and there was 50 or 100, unbeknownst to me, just hanging out on me.
Yeah, it was. That year was just stupid with the number of mosquitoes. It was crazy. And then on the flip side, because of the number of mosquitoes, the dragonflies were like the size of a peregrine. You'd be sitting around camp and you're like, is there a helicopter coming? No, it's a dragonfly.
That was a pigeon.
Yeah.
We had a bunch of trees fall over during that weird storm, and I've been putting swings and like rope ladders and stuff on it, turning it into a big jungle gym for my kids.
Nice. That's a genius idea.
Shit, like 4 or 5 days a week. Getting pretty bit up, but I'm really strong too, so all day.
Good workout.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I can't use power tools around my children, so it's all me and my stuff. Is Billy still gone?
Yeah, he said he went out to have a cigarette.
Oh, okay. My daughter turned 5 yesterday, so that's what I was busy with.
Nice.
Yeah, I was happy for her.
Well, hopefully she had a good time.
She did. They so you know, like the girl Legos, like Lego Friends. They have something way better now. It's called Lego Dot, and it's like arts and crafts with Legos. It's like they have like these bracelets that you can put the little like flat tile Legos on, and you can decorate that way, or like you can make like a jewelry box or whatever. That stuff is way better than
Nice.
what they used to have. Yeah, she likes regular Legos too, but she's way into arts and crafts, so she had a really good time.
I'm going to be 48 in June, and I like regular Legos, so.
They are awesome, yeah. I had a Lego house that was off limits for a while, and then I don't know, I gave in and let the kids strut.
For a while.
It's been amazing for them.
For a while, I actually worked for Lego Mindstorms, doing Lego robotics, and
That's cool.
that was a really cool job. I had all the fun toys, and actually, I like the Lego Cyberstorm better than the Mindstorm stuff. The Cyberstorm worked the same way, except that it had the added benefit that the control block that was the center of your robot had antennas on it, and you could put a sensor. You could plug a sensor into your PC, and you could take direct control of it and drive it around like it was an RC car, and it was just freaking awesome. But we discovered with the Lego Mindstorms
Yeah,
that.
we have the older one. It's like with the eye on.
Yeah, we discovered.
I don't know, it like lights a train motor, and it's discontinued. It's all like gray plastic and stuff.
Right.
You know, that's about my son's level right now. He's just starting to learn computer programs and stuff. So
Yeah, we discovered that there was an error code that you could program into the robot that would it was almost just past human hearing, and it was just the most horrific sound ever. And we would build these gigantic robotic, like Tyrannosaurus Rex or Godzilla, and we'd have it walking around the office, and then it would stop like every 15 minutes and hit that error code to let out its terrifying roar, and then, you know, just shatter glass and then move on.
I kept all the dogs and everything. Good.
So, Cameron, how old is your son?
He's 8.
I like how she had to pause and think about it.
You might take a look at Scratch if you haven't. It's through MIT, and it's a like precursor to coding, and it like has, you know, when you click, it's tiles that you set up, and you can actually design games in entirely real time to do it.
We got Alice, which I think was probably like the previous generation of the same-ish thing. I don't know. It's yeah, you can make games or you can make videos with it. But his dad's teaching him Python or something now. I don't know how to do any of this shit. So
Well, and it's funny that the way you describe it, it sounds like the exact programming language that they used for Lego Mindstorms. Because you would, each block, there was like a block that would tell it to do something, you would just add it to your code. Like you were building Legos out of the code.
It's neat because I have started using, I teach, I don't know why they asked me to do it, but I teach computers kindergarten through high school at my current school, and I've gotten second and third graders. Well, the second graders is kind of a struggle, but and there is like a Scratch Junior, which is app-based, that's a little bit better for the younger kids. But the real Scratch is pretty user-friendly. Like, they just jumped in, and I mean, they could only figure out how to get the cat to meow the first day, and so it was a cacophony of digital meowing sounds for about 20 minutes. But now they're all excited to figure out how to do other stuff.
That's pretty cool.
I definitely got my husband's ability to computer program, like that kind of thinking, so that's really good. But yes, I will definitely recommend that they look at Scratch so that they can solve it. And yeah, if it's better than Alice, then good, because Alice is kind of ghetto.
You don't even, you know, depending on what it's like, you don't have to set up an account with them even to get in and start creating, which is nice, and it's totally free. And it's a language developed by MIT, by their like computer science, as far as how to cultivate that thinking for other programming languages.
All he wants to do is learn Unity, because you see that before you start like most of video games now.
Right.
So creating Unity is like, that's the one I want to learn.
Totally.
That's a little bit of it. Right now.
Before we run.
Well, and I find it so funny that Unity is so ubiquitous now, because when Unity first came out, it was for web-based games. And now they're using it for everything. But anyways, is Billy back with us yet?
I just got back.
Okay. So, welcome to Tyranny of Dragons. We will be picking right up where we left off last week. These guys are on a long journey towards Waterdeep. Before we get started, let me thank the friends of the Greenwater Guildhall. If you are watching on Twitch, scroll down, you should see some tiles there. If you don't see the tiles, please click on my profile image, and those tiles should pop up. The first one on the list is TNC, and that is Talon Claw. They make beautiful wooden tabletop accessories for your games, such as wooden DM screens, dice vaults, dice trays, drink coasters, and they now have a line of cutting boards. So if you like to serve a charcuterie tray with your tabletop game of meats and cheeses, these are the guys you want to go talk to. Next on the list is the Speechless Bard. She makes beautiful leather products for your tabletop games, such as covers for your core rulebooks. All of her work is hand-stamped, hand-painted, and hand-stitched. She does amazing work. She has a full line of dice bracelets. Popular one is the Pride bracelet, where every dice on the bracelet is a different color. And she has a line of dice rolling mats that when you roll them up, they look like spell scrolls. So check her out. She is over in the UK, so if you're ordering from her, please keep in mind that it is going to take a while to get to you. U.S. Customs, I don't know, leather is evidently dangerous. So especially if you're ordering for a gift, give yourself plenty of time for it to arrive. And last on the list is the Fable Beard Company. Fable Beard Company makes beard products such as oils, balms, butters, and co-wash. Each of their scent profiles is a different fantasy character. Right now I am wearing the Hero, and it smells like warm cologne and rich tobacco. Not burning tobacco, but real tobacco before you light it on fire. Which it actually smells a lot better than that sounds. If you are a first-time purchaser with them, they have a 2-for-1 offer on their beard oil. So select 2 different oils, put them in your cart, and use the code FIRST, and one of those oils will be discounted to 0. So yeah, check them out. And actually, they weren't last on the list. Last on the list, there is a new Traveler novel out by Matthew Kerwin. Matthew Kerwin was given permission to publish this novel by the creator of Traveler role-playing game, Mark Miller, and the name of that novel is The Wagner Incident, and it is going for $2.99 on Kindle and I believe $8.99 paperback. So all of these will be listed as links on the YouTube channel, so definitely check them out. Where we left off, the party was journeying north along the Tradeway in a caravan. They have secretly placed themselves into the caravan, posing as caravan guards and bodyguards and etc. And this is a trade caravan of various people, but part of this trade caravan, they are fully aware that the Cult of the Dragon is a part of this caravan, and it seems that they are moving their illicit loot that they've stolen from all the towns south north to someplace called Neratar. They know that Neratar is in the Marsh of Dead Men, just north of Waterdeep, and so they are traveling along the Tradeway in an attempt to keep tabs on these ne'er-do-wells and what it is that they are doing. Let's see here. Where we were last week, you guys confronted a merchant over his abuse of his horses. And I believe that Elmira had healed the horse, and I think Schlagen just outright called him on his bullshit, and a fight ensued. And I don't remember, Schlagen, did you kill his knight or did you just injure him?
I don't know what his HP was.
I know you won.
When I did my last swing, but the last swing was for like 30 something, so I don't know if he's alive or dead.
Well, I will leave that up to you guys. Do you want to leave him alive, or do you want to just kill him outright? I mean, the poor bastard was just doing what he was told, which is his job.
Yeah, I would say my opinion would be to leave him alive, but also hit him with everything I had, so like if he died...
Yeah, that's on him. Yeah. No, you can... We'll say that he is alive and with a serious hit to his honor. So, the next day, you guys are traveling along the Tradeway. Everybody make a perception check.
Actually done my ass.
I'm so not used to Jeff not making his perception checks.
Soft 20.
All right.
Yeah.
What did Schlagen and Yip get?
Let's see. Schlagen got a perception. 12 for Schlagen and 14 for Yip.
So, looks like Bognock and Elmira are the only ones that made it. So the rest of you look up and you can see way up in the sky that there are what appear to be a couple of birds, probably large birds of prey. You're thinking eagles or hawks are flying, circling the caravan. I mean, at this point, they look like small black dots for the most part. However, Bognock and Elmira, you realize that these are not actually regular birds of prey. They are, in fact, wait a minute. What are they? They are
Dire flying squirrels.
more or less, yes. They are peritons, which are very bizarre creatures. They are large, well, they count as medium sized, but they are these big birds of prey that appear to have like elk horns on their head. Now, what Elmira knows, and Yip knows, is that peritons are strange in the fact that their reproductive cycle depends on eating the heart of a freshly killed humanoid. And they are moving in to attack.
That's how I am too.
You're moving into attack as well.
Because I'm not as familiar with Yip as I could be. Is this a creature that Yip can see and learn to become?
I don't believe so, because they count as medium-sized monstrosities.
Okay, probably above our CR limit.
They are CR2.
They're what?
They're CR2, but they're not animals. They're not beasts. They are monstrosities.
Oh, okay, then yeah. I just wanted to double check to make sure I didn't have to write that down. Like, hey, you saw something new?
And let me see if
After our fight with the merchant's bodyguard, did we have a short rest or anything?
you would have a long rest. So you guys this is the next day. So you guys should be at full hit points, full spell slots. Let me...
Because I wasn't doing well. I really didn't do it.
How do you spell that thing's name?
Hold on, and I will tell ya, or show ya. Let's see here. Trying to find something for it. I guess this is gonna have to do. There we go. That works. That's a little big. So it is spelled P-R-Y or P-E-R-Y-T-O-N.
Cool. All right.
Everybody roll initiative. So we ran our one-off Traveler game for my Friday night group last night. And their adventure was a slow burn buildup where they discovered like that something bad happened at a spaceport, and then they have to travel like halfway across the planet through snow drifts in a ATV, and they find little, things along the way that show that things have gone from bad and they're just getting worse the further that they travel. But there's like no combat until they start to come back, and so it was like this pressure cooker of them wanting to kill something. But it was a good time, and they all agreed. Once again, they're all like, "Oh my God, this moves so much faster than D&D. This is such a better game." I'm like, I've been trying to explain that to people. But okay, so Bognock is up there with a 22.
Oh, I need to put in my own thing. Sorry about that.
No problem. All right. Jesus. Okay, so these Puritans come down and are meaning to attack the caravan. So, Bognock, what would you like to do?
I am going to hit this bad boy with a catapult.
Okay, which one? Okay.
That one.
All right.
That's the only one. Where are they? So do I need to move to do that? Oh, I see. Sorry. One of the creatures is behind Schlagen and Yuke's icon. No. So there are two.
Right, there's one down here, and then there's one
Okay.
up here.
Then I'll do the one that I'm closer to.
Okay, so this one here. All right,
Yeah.
so with catapult, is that a to hit, or do I need to make I think you have to make a 2 hit, don't you?
It's a dex saving throw.
Okay. I
It's
will.
only got to be 13, so I'm probably not going to make it.
So yeah, but just barely. The Puritan gets a 14.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to do with your bonus action or movement?
Let me see. I will, since that failed, launch a magic stone.
Okay.
And that is to hit. And it's 3 of them, right?
Correct.
Okay. Do I roll to hit 3 times?
Yes.
Or, okay. So, first was 20
That hits.
for 7 bludgeoning.
Okay.
Then,
Nice.
21.
That hits.
Okay, for 9.
Okay.
Last but certainly not least.
Yep.
That's exciting. For 6.
Nice.
If they're flying, I can't really, there's no point in trying to run anywhere or hide, so I'll just not move.
I'm
Okay.
gonna grab a coat because I'm like left.
Okay. All right. So this Puritan is bloodied. Schlagen, what would you like to do?
Did you say they landed or are they still in the air?
They landed.
Okay, the north one? Or no? Yeah, how about, did you say this guy got hit? The north one?
He's bloodied, so he's at least half down.
He's, alright, no, I won't go all out, I'll run up with sword and axe, take that 5-foot step, and go for a smack.
Okay.
Nice and simple. Well, maybe not. 17?
That hits.
Oh, nice. For 9 damage.
All right, so that puts this Puritan down.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. I will work my way over here and
Okay.
finish my turn.
Yes.
Okay. And what would Yip like to do?
Let's see, what does Yip do? Let's 10 foot. We'll step to here and spit some poison at him.
Okay. Poison or acid?
It's the poison. Creature must succeed on a constitution or take 1d12 poison.
Okay. Uh-oh. Nope, only got a 9.
And then he's taking a d12 with some. Where's a d12? 8 damage.
Okay. All right.
And
Anything else?
let's see, it's just a couple feet. Yip goes yip, and runs back away.
Okay. Mr. Shredder, what would you like to do? I would assume that you want to shred something.
Yes, I will shred. I'll use just my great axe this time, and I'll move up and wail away.
Okay.
Fix the stats. 7, 3 rages, and save that. So normal great axe swing at the elfy bird. 16 hit.
It does.
Or Carpaccio, 11 points.
Okay.
No, 9. 11, it presumes I'm raging. 9 points.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see, I'm not going to rage. It's a two-handed weapon. I'm done.
Okay. Elmira, what would you like to do?
I'll yell, everybody cover your hearts. And I'll
Pledge of allegiance?
make a crossbow. 17.
Yes, the Periton's mating call is Kalima.
Alright, so I rolled 17 to hit. That hits, right?
Yes.
They have a 14.
Yes.
And then I rolled 6 for piercing damage.
Okay. Okay. So this Periton is not quite bloodied, but it is close to it. The Periton nice. Nice. Let's see here. So the Periton has an ability called Flyby. It does not provoke an attack of opportunity when it flies out of an enemy's reach. And it flies over here. And as it goes over Bognock, it is going to make a Talon and Gore attack. So the Gore attack is only an 11. So it boned that.
Nope.
And Talons, ah shit. So it doesn't so much land as crash on the other side because it gets a nat 1.
Well, he's not in good shape.
And if Bognock would like, Bognock can make an attack of opportunity at advantage because it is prone.
So it doesn't provoke when it takes off and flies past you, but it does provoke when it crashes next to you.
Right, right.
That's so unfair. No.
Okay.
Yeah, when it cocks it up, that provokes an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Then I'm going to use my launcher that's in my armor.
Okay. Always a good idea.
Iron person or repulsor blast.
And that hits.
So
Roll again to see if you get.
Level of fighter, so it's +2 with archery, so it's +2 on range.
But also you can roll again just because it is an advantage. See if you get that nat 20.
This is very exciting.
Still hits.
Still hits. Okay. So
Okay.
8 lightning damage.
So it is definitely bloodied now. And its ego's hurt a little bit. And it is Bognok's turn. New round.
So, can I know when it's my turn, can I move away because it crashed, or will I then provoke an attack of opportunity?
So you would provoke an attack of opportunity, but the good news is it is prone, so it would make that a disadvantage.
Okay. And it's my turn now. Yeah, I'd like to take a few steps back if I may.
Yeah, that was too close.
I mean, just a couple, like right there. And then go
So
ahead.
it will attempt a Gore attack at disadvantage, which is good for you because one of the dice was a nat 20. The other attack, though, the low roll, is a 21.
Oh, that hits too. That does hit. I was all excited because I've gotten my AC up to like 20, so I thought I was almost untouchable.
So it picks at your chest for 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
You're not sure if it was going for your heart or the time-honored titty twister attack.
I've got the armor that endured most of it.
That's true. That's true. Haha, joke's on you. I have armor over my nipples.
Exactly.
So so you did your move. What would you like to do?
Now that I have moved away, I'm going to throw rocks at it. I'm really it's just throwing rocks, but it's kind of working for me.
Well, and the magic rocks, that's a bonus action. So you still have your main action. So if you wanted to attack with lightning or your lightning launcher again, you could.
I could. Okay.
You could do both.
I'm down with that. Okay. Let's see. Let's do that. Let's do some lightning again.
Okay.
8.
And then do you want to do?
I already did.
Oh, okay. That's right.
I lightninged. I was like, take this from my nipples. And then threw rocks at it.
Okay. Schlagen, what would you like to do?
1 second. Double check the range. Oh yeah, that's not fine. I'm just gonna do a simple step down here and cast an agonizing eldritch blast at it.
Okay.
Ooh. 14 probably misses.
No, that hits.
Oh shit, really?
Yep.
Nice.
Thank you. So, thing.
Oh, is it still prone too? Because I only rolled regular.
It is. You have advantage on that attack.
Yeah, even worse. Oh, let's see what we got here. Good. Crappy 4 damage.
Okay. Anything with a bonus action or more movement?
No, that I'm just gonna stand there looking all sad and disappointed.
Okay. Yep.
Yep, we'll step to there and do another poison for a con save.
Okay. 13.
I believe that is Gibbs save. Let me double check. Yes, that is the save.
Okay, so the Periton saved that time.
No damage. Or no. Yeah, no damage.
Okay. Shredder.
Oh. And then Yip will retreat.
Okay.
Over there and repeat my very complex great axe attack.
Okay.
On advantage still. Double 7.
Well, either way it hits.
Okay. Ignore the rage damage because that rage is a 13.
Okay, and that, you bring your axe down and end the Periton.
I would like the armor to help me add skeleton horns to my owlbear helmet.
Oh, I'm sure you can do that. Yes.
Fine, let's do it.
You can do that during your downtime.
Cue ATC music.
She pulls out an acetylene torch and a big crescent wrench and starts getting to work.
I could weld a snowplow through me.
And some spray painted black screen door mesh.
I pity the fool who tries to take your helmet.
And I need big gold chain.
Or cheaper or something like that.
Hold on, I just messed up my
Right,
stuff.
I'm
There we go.
suddenly in love with the idea of turning you into Ninja Turtle beating rocket. And I think that should be our mission.
Ridiculously implant strands of enemy hair to give me a mohawk on the owlbear antler helmet.
Well, one of the third edition printed adventures, I believe it was Sunless Citadel. There was it was Forge of Fury, I believe. There was a kobold that the players find, and like 9 times out of 10, this kobold ends up getting just shoved in a closet and just left. And so I had actually come up with an idea that this kobold lives on and decides to get vengeance on the players by becoming a barbarian, but he actually he only knows about barbarians from what he's partially read. And so he tries to mimic Conan the Barbarian by taking the end of a mop and putting it on his head with a leather thong. And then he gets other kobolds to join his band. And so there's just this whole group of Conan the Barbarian type kobolds running around with no clue what they're doing.
They're just LARPing.
Right, they're just LARPing their way through Faerun. Okay, give me 1 second. I will be right back. And we will get underway. So the rest of your journey, you guys complete a long, yet another long rest, so you're back up to full health and spell slots.
Very sweet. And now I have to go to Hero Forge and figure out how to add antlers to a bugbear helmet, owlbear helmet.
I
Chris
think
is gonna be like,
What's that?
I'm pretty sure that it's pretty easy.
Chris is
Right,
gonna, the dragons are coming, they're gonna take over, and you're gonna be like, shh, we're waiting for the glue to dry.
Yeah.
On the shredder helmet. We're doing important work here, God.
Hold on, it's almost done.
Super glue needs another 2 minutes.
The dragons have taken over, but you look really cool.
I like that in 3.5 there was magic glue for holding shit together.
That's a good idea.
Universal glue.
Oh, Yeah, I was kind of expecting him to have us do a few more fights before we got another restaurant. So I would have lost him.
Well, the thing about that is that, you know, you don't. It's unlikely that you're going to have more than one encounter on a trip like this per day. Not impossible, but. So the next day, you guys are going down the road, you know, and these caravans don't move very fast. And one of the wagons hits a rut in the road and tips over. It just so happens that this wagon belongs to the Cult of the Dragon. And on the back of this wagon, some of the crates tumble free out from under the cart, and one smashes open, revealing dozens of beautiful items of jewelry that have been wrapped in wool to protect them. What would you guys like to do?
I guess I'll help since I'm too tiny to really do anything else.
You'll do what?
I'll help them.
Okay.
Like, they'll be nicer to me. Maybe invite me into their creepy cult.
Okay, make a deception check.
Oh, I rolled a 1. That was dumb.
So several of these, several of what you know to be the cultists come over, and they seem irritated that you have come over, and they're like, no, we got this, don't worry about it, just move along, we'll right our wagon, and we'll catch up with you. You estimate that this one chest that broke open, that there must be 2,000 gold pieces worth of jewelry in this chest, and it's a small lockbox type chest. But
Someone's getting shiny.
luckily for you, on your one, these cultists don't recognize you at all, and they're just like, no, we've got this, and they are hurriedly trying to get this under wraps so that nobody can see what's in these chests. Does anybody else want to do anything?
I will go help and comment loudly. Wow, this stuff looks really valuable.
Schlagen will go with him as a representative of the guard, to be, because I'm in charge of like the guard people, right?
Right. What? Right.
The job that I took.
Right. So
I'll live as like air quotes part of the guard, and be like, I'm just here to make sure you guys are being safe and like everything's cool. Just kind of as a backup, but to give him help on his action.
okay. One of the other caravan people, specifically, a female guard named Lita, she comes over and she's like, oh, yeah, that's some really expensive stuff. Here, we should help them get their wagon turned upright. And so she waves for people to come over to try to help her right their wagon. Do you guys want to assist with her with that?
I'm too small and I already got told off, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I only need to be told to fuck off once. I'm not like other gnomes.
As much as Schlagen hates the cultists, he feels obligated to do so in order to keep up the ruse that we have going.
Okay. Anybody else going to assist?
I'll help.
Okay. So all of you make a strength athletics check that are helping.
Well, no, there.
Nice. So Bognock is basically lifting for everybody.
I am iron.
Yeah, you guys are able to write. You guys are able to write this cart, and everybody who was assisting, you notice that as she's lifting this cart up, some part of the tarp is up, and you see that Lita has looked inside and can see all these chests and bags of gold, and everybody that's helping, make a perception check.
I was too busy flexing.
Yeah, nobody.
19 for Schlagen.
So Schlagen, you see that the cultists that are also assisting or trying to help get the cart upright, you notice that they are all looking at Lita, like giving her the side eye. So you guys get the cart righted, and the cultists quickly gather up the chest that fell out, and they put it in, and they re-secure the cart, and the whole caravan only loses about 2 hours that day, and you guys continue on.
Before we continue on, can I do a detect magic on Lita to see if maybe there's something about her just without anybody noticing?
Yeah, you could do that. But you don't, I mean, she is just your average, ordinary human female guard.
I figured a long time, but better be safe than sorry. She could be sneaky with something.
You kind of, as you're going down the caravan, you kind of strike up a bit of a conversation with her, and you learn that she is about as honest and courageous as mercenaries come. She's spent many years in the south and now wants to see the snows and frozen seas of the far north and experience what a truly cold wind feels like. She seems fairly genuine. There's nothing special about her other than her desire to journey.
Interesting.
She won't stop believing. As you're, well, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D4 plus 1. So, as you are continuing on your journey that day, one of the people that is journeying with you is a woman named Green Imsa, and the moniker behind her name is obvious because she is the color green from head to foot. Her hair, skin, eyes, nails, teeth, everything is green. She readily admits to everyone who is curious that she is traveling to Waterdeep in search of a remedy for her condition. It doesn't seem like it causes her any pain in any way, but she does become flustered at first when people ask her about how she became this way. She's friendly but a little bit shy and quiet, and she becomes enamored with Bognok's armor. To the point where she comes up with a pouch of gold and offers Bognok 100 gold to purchase her armor.
Do it.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider.
So
Well, don't tell her she can never put it on.
she kind of looks disappointed, and then, but throughout the day she comes back and she's like, "Are you sure you won't sell it to me?" And like this just persists, and she becomes more and more obnoxious about it through the day. That night, around the campfire, of course, you probably don't sleep in your armor unless, if you don't want to complete a long rest. If you want to take exhaustion the next day, you can, of course.
I stay in my armor all the time.
Okay.
There's like a mechanical little area, like a flap and long john that takes care of any of those needs. I've gotten over my need to groom. You will pry the armor off my cold dead body.
Wow.
Okay.
Pants are soft and squishy, and this makes my AC like 20.
Bognock, make a perception check.
Okay.
Gains a poison aura like a troglodyte.
Yeah, good. And that's okay. I can also create a ventilation system with like off gassing.
See, it's the only plate armor you've ever seen that has airbags.
That thing's gotta go from somewhere. My perception was just fine. I'm so livid at the thought of someone trying to take my armor that I can't perceive anything else.
So you got a 5 perception. Okay. So you guys bed down for the night. The following morning, so Bognock, because you stayed in your armor, you don't get a long rest, and you wake up and you are a little bit exhausted. You've got 1 level. You have disadvantage on ability checks. So that just means any skills that you use, you're at disadvantage because you are worn out. But Green Imsa's attitude towards Bognock has changed this following morning as you're all getting coffee around the campfire. It appears that Bognock has made an enduring enemy with some animosity of Green Imsa, which is weird because she seems like normally to everybody else, she seems like a really nice, shy girl that is green. But she...
With envy of my armor.
Yes, she's green with envy of your armor. Schlagen...
learn how great that lightning bolt is.
Everybody is awake, but you note that Lita does not come out of her... She doesn't get out of her bedroll. She's still laying down.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'll go to her setup with a cup of coffee and be like, hey, rise and shine. It's time to get it moving.
You discover that Lita is dead and foaming at the mouth.
Oh shit, she's got the rabies.
No.
I'll drop the cup and come running back like she died of the rabies.
Anybody with the medicine skill, if you so choose, you can make a wisdom medicine check to check her out.
I will try. I have +4.
Oh, you get that.
Geez, you're a doctor in every game we play.
I got a 7, 16.
Yeah, you can identify that clearly she has been poisoned, but you can't identify what kind of poison. What you are positive of is that she's dead.
Aw. Guess we'll have to bury her or something. Or leave her here, whatever.
We'll just prop her up under this tree and keep going. She would have wanted it that way. She wouldn't want us to exert ourselves. In fact, I distinctly remember her saying, if I die, please don't go to any trouble.
She was nice, wasn't she?
Just prop me up against a rock, I'll be fine.
No one wants to make any green skin thingies, products, crafts? Nothing? Okay.
Well, should we loot the rest of her stuff? Are we taking her stuff? Leaving her stuff?
Does she have anything?
Yeah, I don't know if it's anything particularly useful, but
Something she offered to buy the armor or what?
no, this is Lita the guard.
Oh,
Right,
Um,
so that's what I was curious about.
Oh.
It was the guard that was dead, not...
I thought it was the green chick. Okay.
No.
No, it's the guard.
Green chick's name is me, so...
Okay.
So
She's
Lita,
going to be dead at my first opportunity, but she's not dead yet.
This was the one that the cultists were looking at funny.
That's right. Yeah, she was helping, and she was like a nice person, and now she's dead.
Lita had a pouch with 8 silver pieces, a chain shirt, a shield, and a spear.
And I will Schlagen will re-mention that to the group, like, hey, like, cultists were kind of eyeballing her yesterday, or the other day, like, something with that.
Bognock, make a perception check. At disadvantage, because you are exhausted. So, Bognock, you realize that one of your daggers is missing. Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
That's why I didn't take my armor off, because there's a thievy McThieves a lot in the camp.
So
So I don't care about the funk until Lady Greengill is dead.
are you going to go over and confront her?
Do it. Confrontation.
Well, I feel like I gotta do it now before I start any worse, before my exhaustion is any worse. Yeah, so I'm going to accuse Greenie, what's her face, of stealing my stuff and Lita's death.
Gonna hit her with both, huh?
Yeah,
So
as well.
you kind of shout out, point at her and shout out, you know, you stole my shit. And she's like, oh, I would never. And she acts all indignant.
This is me.
Are you gonna go over and start going through her stuff, or are you gonna, how do you want to handle this?
I want to start by, pushing past her to wherever her sleeping area was and searching her stuff.
Okay.
Being part of the guard, can I give her the help action for under the keeping the peace by, hey, were you stealing my, like, we need to get to the bottom of this. So
Yes.
I'll try to give Bognock help if possible.
Yeah, so that, wow,
25, not 20.
nice. Yeah, in her belongings you find your missing dagger.
Tell her she's probably green because she steals so much.
Yeah, maybe if you keep your hands to yourself, you wouldn't be so green.
stop with the green chick.
Oh shit, this is gonna be a Disney.
This is hurtful to my people. Bognock, make an intimidation check. The help action I'm going to say is still applying, so it is a straight roll.
Good, because my charisma is terrible.
Okay, so Green Imsa breaks down crying. She's like, I don't understand why everybody's always picking on me and making fun of me.
Because you're green.
Because you're a freak. So you guys have discovered that she is a thief you know, you're the guards. What kind of sentence do you pass?
Death.
Make her steal the really expensive things that we saw earlier.
Cultivator as an asset.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a downside to that scenario, honestly. Saying like, do that or we'll kill you. And then if she brings that up, Saw will be like, what? I'm in charge of guards. I would never do such a thing.
I'll offer to fix her green skin issue by skinning her alive.
That's something like it is.
So are we doing like the Ant-Man, like, we know you're bad, but we want you to be bad for us?
It's an option. I'm just a gnome that's more interested in the murder mystery happening in the other camp, but I just threw it out there as an idea. So you guys do whatever you want.
I mean, normally, thieving isn't a punishable by death.
But
Yeah, but stealing from our friend maybe should be, right?
Or I think she might be involved in Vita's death too.
Maybe.
If she's already stolen from her camp, she's already risked that. Why wouldn't she do more?
We
So,
should question her then. Like about poisons or if she saw anything. I bet she would fess up now because she's scared of you guys. She got caught doing something bad already.
Yeah, being neutral good kind of feels hard to, like, death punishment. Look,
Well, you
No.
can press it.
sure, I can get behind cutting off a hand.
so the two teamsters that are leading the caravan are both Lightfoot halflings. One is named Enom Tobin, and the other is Losvius Longnose, which his nose is respectably large. They kind of confer privately, and they come over and they suggest that perhaps Green Imsa should be removed from the caravan, and we just leave her here.
We gotta see if she knows anything about the murder. Like, she needs to accuse somebody with a weapon, like we're playing Clue. I don't
So,
know.
do you guys want to interrogate her before you decide to just leave her out in the wilderness, or what do you want
This
to
is
do?
our last chance to learn if she knew anything about the death, because she was probably up late last night stealing the dagger while we were all trying to sleep. So maybe she saw something. That's
So, who wants to interrogate her, and do you want to use persuasion or do you want to use intimidation? I will tell you this, at this point, if you use intimidation, you will have advantage on your check.
Oh, while she's intimidating, can we go through the rest of her stuff to see if she has poison or poison tools?
Sure. So, who wants to go through her stuff and who wants to interrogate?
I'll go through her stuff. I got nimble little gnome hands.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation
I
check.
lucked out on the last intimidation. I'm not gonna be able to do that again.
So good.
Yeah, Schlagen will intimidate.
Okay, Schlagen, make an intimidation check at advantage.
He's the manager.
25?
Jesus. Okay.
Plus 6.
And what did Elmira get for her investigation?
Oh, I didn't know I put that. And I lost my thing of dice. Oh crap. Okay. There it is. Investigation. 7.
You find a number in her things. You find a number of. You find 3 potion vials. All of them are full. If you would like, you can make an Arcana check to determine what they are.
Can I either assist with the Arcana or get involved in that? Because
Sure.
my Arcana.
I'm pretty good too. I got 16, so I think I'm good.
Okay. Yeah. So you determine that 2 of them are potions of healing. And one of them is a potion of invisibility.
Ooh, cool.
So Schlagen, are you interrogating her with everybody around, or are you pulling her aside and privately interrogating her?
We'll start with the private.
Okay.
Because I imagine everything up till now has been kind of I'll take her behind one of the tents and like, hey, tell me the truth, and like I can help you.
She tells you. She breaks down crying, and in between racking sobs, you're able to determine that she tells you that she saw one of the people from the cultist wagons come over and slip something into Lita's stew that night, the night before she died. She said she absolutely had nothing to do with murdering Lita. These are two completely separate events. She had nothing to do with it. She admits that she has a what would be deemed a social disorder where she gets obsessive about something or someone and has to have something from them. But besides that, she had nothing to do with murdering the guard.
Should I roll some sort of sense of motive check to see if I actually believe her?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an insight check.
Insight. Oh, that's only 12.
That's enough. You believe that she's telling you the truth.
Well,
I mean, if you wanted to be really serious about it, you have at level 4. You should have. I think you have spell slots, don't you?
do what?
So at level 4 as a paladin, you have. Oh, you're not a full paladin, are you?
No, I'm not a level 2 paladin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say at level 4, if you had spell slots, you could cast Zone of Truth. But
No,
You-
not there yet.
you believe her.
I will take her to the party.
Okay.
The ones that are not doing search or whatever, or however that timeline plays out.
So you take her over to Shredder and Yip.
And I'll wait for the rest of the party and kind of go over with them a little bit, let them know what's kind of going on, and see how everybody feels on moving forward.
So she, when the party regathers, she's still crying, and she kind of looks up a little bit at one of the cultists, and then looks back at the ground, and she goes, "It's that one over there." So what do you want to do with her?
You guys remember, are we supposed to follow the cultist all the way to the end, or?
Yes. The idea was to follow them to wherever they're taking this horde and report back.
So we can't really risk blowing this up here and now and not be able to follow through with the mission.
We could. So the halflings that were talking to us earlier, are they just driving, or are they like in charge of like the whole deal?
They're kind of the lead teamsters for the caravan. One of them, Tobin, he rides usually up front at the front of the caravan, while Longnose usually hangs out around the middle of the caravan. If you imagine like a Wild West wagon train, that's a lot what this is like.
Wagons east!
Yeah, and then towards the back of the caravan, Clint Eastwood is singing.
So would they have like a good idea about what to do? Like, have they ever had somebody get murdered on a caravan before?
Yeah, I mean, it does occasionally happen. You know, tempers flare. In the case of murder, it really kind of depends. I mean, they prefer to not impose the death penalty or a hanging unless direct evidence is shown, and there, you know, direct proof. Usually they just kick somebody out of the caravan and leave them in the wilderness to fend for themselves. Which, in a way, especially out here, can be, this time of year, can be a death sentence in and of itself with the wandering monsters and the like.
Okay, I think Bob Knox should give this chick a piece of her hair or something to placate her so she won't try and steal anymore from us.
Oh, I was planning on, when she gets abandoned for thievery, putting an alarm around her neck so the monsters find her. Or so that if she tries to follow us to continue coming after my armor, I can hear her coming.
You know, Carrie, I think maybe you playing in my games is not healthy for you. You're like one of the nicest women I know, and then when you play in my games, you just become bloodthirsty. You're like, fucking kill them all!
This is why I listen to so much Tool. It's like
Yeah, Tool.
Shredder has determined that all the green prejudice has to be halted, and he's holding his breath until they'll listen to it.
No, that's fair. I recognize that I have overstepped.
I'm trying to imagine Jeff as a turtle going, "Hey, that's racist!"
Making my peace with Shredder privately. So I'm laying off of the calling her a green dummy. Because
How long do you estimate that takes you?
to make my to signal like, okay, I no more funny business on the green issue.
Yeah.
No, I just, as soon as he brought himself back to my attention, it made me realize what an idiot I sounded like.
I was curious how long I was going to hold my breath.
No, you're fine. Like, basically, as soon as you made a noise like, like, oh yeah, okay, no worries.
I propose that we tie her up, so if there is any altercation, she's at great risk for immobility. And if another incident occurs, her claim could be at least partially verified while she's helpless.
Okay. So if you tie her up, are you going to stick her in a wagon, or are you going to tie her up and tie the rope to the back of a wagon and make her walk behind it?
Well, I think she still needs to walk, yeah.
Oh, okay. So force march. Okay.
She's not innocent yet. I'm just prepared to see what happens when she's completely immobile and watching constantly.
So, yeah, does everybody want to do that? That sounds like a pretty good plan, actually.
Yeah, that works.
Plan for the thief, but what about like the murdering part? Are we just gonna, I don't know, I guess we'll have to worry about it when we get there, huh?
One thing I want to ask the party, do we want to brush on the subject with the caravan leaders? Because they might be in the pocket of the cold and...
That's a good question.
Especially if they do this often. Like, they probably have a long history.
Wait for the next murder, or try and get ahead of the next murder.
I like how you guys are already planning that there will be another murder.
Yeah, seems like to make sense. The girls said everyone trying to figure out solutions that they probably just go, oh yeah, just murder them.
I will be eating only from my own rations from this point forward.
No one gets killed.
So, you guys take probably half the day to dig a grave and do a proper burial. Elmira, being a cleric, do you, or Schlagen being a paladin, do you want to do funerary rites for Lita?
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay, so you take some time. Go ahead and make a religion check. Are you going to cast anything like? And I just brain farted on what the name of that spell was. I know it starts with an S. God, what's wrong with me? That's what happens when I run a game sober. I'm trying to tell people this. Sanctuary.
Sure, I'll cast Sanctuary.
Sanctuary or ceremony?
Maybe it's ceremony. Let's see here.
I think it's ceremony.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, sanctuary seems like it's a little overkill.
Sure, I'll Ceremony. And I rolled a soft 20 on my religion.
Oh, nice. So, it was a very nice funeral. You didn't really know Lita very well, but you said some nice things about her from what you did know, and hoping that she gets to now see a cold wind. And towards the end of the funerary service, it starts to rain. Oh, we got water again? Okay. It starts to rain, and throughout the rest of the day as you're traveling, and actually the following day as well, this rain just gets harder and harder. And finally on the third day, the sun breaks, and as the caravan is trundling down the road, it comes to an area in the distance. You can kind of hear, like straight down the road, you can kind of hear low-level moaning. And as the caravan continues, you can see that there is this black fungal growth just literally bursting from the ground, and it's growing so quickly you can almost look at it and watch it growing. And as the caravan starts to go through this fungal growth, which is growing across the entire road, the wagon wheels start to crush some of these mushrooms, and every time it does, they start letting out a scream that sounds like a human being dismembered alive.
I'm going to cast detect magic as soon as I hear that.
No, there's no magic. But they are. Whoever wants to can roll a nature check.
Go you.
I'll have a go. Not me.
It was a 12.
I got a nat 20.
Nice. Bognock, you know that these are there's a type of fungus that grows in the Underdark called shriekers, and a lot of Underdark races will actually purposely put shriekers in an area as like an alarm, and basically whenever something brushes up against them or cuts them, they shriek. And that's what this is. However, the rest of the caravan is completely terrified of this. And the two teamsters asked you guys to move ahead and try to clear the path, because the caravan is these civilians are not going to move through this. And I mean, this is like a half-mile stretch of these shriekers.
So, as they pop open and scream, usually when you see fungus pop like that, there are spores that go into the air. Is there anything dangerous about them?
On your nat 20, you realize that
you inhale it, or do they just scream?
So on your nat 20, you realize that they are not poisonous in any way. They're just really psychologically unnerving.
Does anybody in the party have silence?
Nope.
That would be handy if someone could
Big
have
brain on Bog Knock. I hadn't even thought of that.
I can hold my breath and be silent, but that doesn't help anyone else.
No. Because if we could cast silence around our caravan, then there'd be no screaming while we went through.
I actually can, it looks like.
Cool.
Yeah. So, if that's the plan, I'll mark off the spell slot.
Okay.
Let me be super metagamey and just make sure.
So-
it works.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, radius and duration. I mean, it won't help if it only lasts 10, 20 minutes if we're going to half a mile.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean,
You could do multiple castings of it.
I know that it'll just help us through, like it won't help anybody else through, but I'm less worried about everyone else.
Well, if you cast it on an area, that sphere is going to be silenced, and you can move through it.
Can you cast it on the wagon? And around the wagon, so the wagon moves through?
Yeah, maybe have it move with the wagon. Let me see.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, so that as we move through, even if, I realize that outside of that sphere, the screaming will still be happening, but as far as our own psychological well-being, if the party's in a caravan that's not screaming.
Yeah, then I guess if we do that, we can creep our way through, clearing the way for everybody else.
Yeah.
Let me take a look. Leave it up to you guys to come up with an interesting way of using silence, right?
That was a great idea.
So it's a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point you choose within range. Any creature object entirely inside the sphere. So I would think that, so it's any point you choose. I would say that if you point at a wagon, then that would count.
And then as the wagon moves, like if I'm focused on an object inside the wagon.
So this
wagon
this
moves.
caravan's long enough that it would take 4 castings of silence to cover the entire caravan for you to get through this.
But but if I cast, if Elmira cast it on one wagon, and that's the wagon that goes through first, and all triggers the screaming, then the other wagons can go through while the fungus will scream.
So kind of like
So like
leapfrog.
the wagon with the spell will go through first and crush all the fungus.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
While
Yeah,
the
okay.
Screaming, and then all of the other caravan can go through after because it's all been triggered.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, you could do that. All right. So, Elmira, if you want to cast that on the first wagon, that is your solution.
Alright, I'm marked up slot, so should be good.
Okay.
That
Okay.
was intriguing.
Yeah, that worked out well. You guys are able to get through the fungal patch safely without spooking any of the animals.
But now we'll run back and attack the animals for the fun of it. Yay, XP! Well,
Let me... Let's see here. Let me see if it shows it. It does not. Well, that's just dumb. So on this map, you guys have reached about this point here on the Tradeway, and you come in for the night to an inn, and we'll just reuse this map. As soon as it comes into focus, come on, Roll20, you can do it. There we go. do this just in case, because I know how you guys are. Yeah, that's an old one. Okay, so hold on there, let me make sure I get this right. Interesting. This map doesn't have it either. Shit, does this map? None of these have it on here. That's very peculiar. So, you are, luckily, you find a roadside inn called the Way Inn. And the Way Inn almost is categorized as a small town. It is a walled in, roadside inn that consists of several outbuildings, and God damn it. Got construction going on at the water tower behind us, and it is obnoxious. So the Way Inn consists of a walled area with a number of rooms. There is a number of buildings. There is stables, and there is of course the inn itself, and a large tap room. It has started raining again by the evening, and you pull in. You notice that the stables, there appears to be 3 draft horses in the stables, and there is a very well appointed looking wagon cart in there, like a coach. And you come into the tavern, and you see that there are 4 noblemen sitting in there. And as you come in, you're talking to the innkeeper, or the one of the teamsters. Tobin is talking to the innkeeper, and the one of the nobles smirks and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're not going to be able to stay the night here. We've booked all the rooms."
What did it?
And the teamster asks, he says, "Well, it's raining. We need to stop for the night. Can we at least stay in the stable?" And the nobleman says, "No, our horses need to sleep well as well. We've booked all of the stable for our gear and our horses. Sleep tight." And all the noblemen start to laugh.
I will bet him in exchange for rooms for the night that I can hold my breath longer than he. In fact, I'll bet that I can hold my breath longer than each of them in turn can hold their breath.
Make a charisma check versus their intelligence. There you got, and they got a 12. They're all fairly drunk, and they're like, well, we'll go ahead. I'll take you up on that bet. If I can hold my breath longer, or if you can hold your breath longer than me, I'll give you my room for the night.
Challenge accepted. Let's go.
Okay. One of the other noblemen looks at the team, looks at Tobin, and he says, "Our horses are rather picky about who they share space with. I'm sure you understand. We had to reserve the entire stable for their sake. You understand, I'm sure." And so the nobleman goes ahead and starts holding his breath. He probably, 4 good-sized cups of wine into his evening. Yeah. He gets an 18 on his Constitution check.
I can hold my breath for an hour.
So,
I thought, is this because turtles can breathe through their butts? They can hold their breath that long?
You can hold your breath for an hour, so.
turtles can breathe through their butt. You can hold your breath for an hour because you are amphibious, and you clearly win, him being a mere mortal human. After, 4 minutes, he is turning blue and lets out a huge breath. He's like, "Oh, how can you hold your breath so long? There must be trickery afoot."
I'll exhale 15 seconds after him like it was a lot of work, like I really struggled. Praise him for lasting 4 minutes, which is pretty much humanly impossible unless you're David Blaine. He's the most successful challenger I've ever faced. Well fought, sir.
Make another charisma check. That's still better than his 6. And he shakes your hand. He says, "Well, you don't appear to be the heathen animals that I thought you were. So you won fair and square. It's my room for the night." And he gives you the key to his room.
I will thank him for his willingness to fulfill his promise. That is a good man, and I'll trot on up to my room.
So you find out when you go up the stairs to the room that each of these nobles. So the way this inn is set up is that on the one side of the building, they are on the north side. All of the rooms there are 3 suites, and so this room has 10 beds in it. Now there are private rooms on the south side. His room, he has pushed all of the other beds out of the way and just kind of made it like a palatial bedroom. And so this room will fit quite a few people.
I will not rearrange any of the beds back to their prior place, but I will offer to share.
Okay. All right.
Taking the primary bed for myself.
I am gonna take Shredder up on that and set cast alarm on the door and if there's a window,
So that I can take my armor off without worrying about Avery.
Okay. What about the rest of you?
Because I'm exhausted.
Yes, you are. And what are you going to do with Green Imsa? Are you going to leave her tied up outside in the rain, or?
yes.
Oh God, that's hilarious.
I'm sorry, she wouldn't leave me alone.
Oh, you guys. So you're able to sort out your evening, and you all can complete a long rest. So you're no longer exhausted. And the next day, I actually expected you guys to kind of get into a fight or something.
I use the toddler defense. Give me a room, or I'll hold my breath while I turn blue.
Yes, works every time. You're now about 2 days out from reaching the town of Daggerford, and as you're traveling up the Tradeway, everybody make a perception check.
Perception.
Bit of the pool that tries to sneak past me.
Nice.
Logan didn't see nothing. Yip got a 12. Logan got a 5.
So Shredder got it. Bognock did not. Elmira, what did you get?
A 9.
A 9. So Shredder, you and the two teamsters, the two halflings, off in the distance you see a herd of deer on top of this hill. And the teamsters are saying, wow, it would be great if we could hunt some deer and have something better than trail rations. Maybe we should set out and do a hunting run. And as you get closer, Shredder, you notice that in the middle of this herd of deer, you see a stag. This magnificent stag that appears to shimmer in the light as if its coat is spun from gold and its antlers are plated in platinum. And it is standing there looking down upon you, down upon the caravan, this magnificent creature. What do you guys want to do?
We can throw wing at it.
I like this.
Well, do we think? I mean, I don't even know how that would work, but like, is Sparkly Stag is there a way to figure out if that's like a druid or something like that? That if we go hunting him down.
You've never seen a natural stag that looks like this. There are as soon as it comes into view, there are those in the caravan. Some of the people are insisting that this must be a god that is roaming among the earth or roaming among Faerun in a physical form. There are others that want to hunt this thing down and skin it. The one guy that's selling furs and pelts is like, I could sell that for a fortune if I could kill it and skin it.
Has anybody tried to detect magic on it to see if it is of something?
Nobody has yet.
I will give that a shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw a picture of it.
So you cast Detect Magic. You do detect an aura of transmutation magic.
Ah, shit, it is something. I'll relay that to the party, but nobody outside the party yet. The guy's like, this thing's crazy, like, what do you want to do about it?
Not kill it. Not make it mad. That's what I'm saying.
So is that
need some new horns for his helmet.
I would like platinum antlers, but not at the risk of offending Thago the Eternal. It could also be Thago.
That's always a possibility. But Thago decided to take on the form of a deer. This is how a religious mind operates. The two halflings are like, well, that is a magnificent creature, but regardless, really what we want is some venison. Would you be willing to go get us some? What you do with that beautiful creature is entirely up to you, but if you could hunt us some venison, that would be great. 1 or 2 deer would feed the entire caravan, at least for a night or two. Is that suitable to you guys?
I don't know.
You what?
You might have an innate ability to approach it being a druid.
That's true.
If you guys want Yip to attempt something of that nature.
Yeah.
Puns aren't allowed.
Like, Yip, be a stag and go like, or it's female stag, like, hey, go hit on that deer, see what happens.
So yeah, Yip could wild shape into a deer,
Isn't
and
Yip like 8 years old?
she's an adult.
I mean, I don't know what the aging arc for a kobold is, but
I think their max life's only like 15 years old. Like Yip's like 30 for a kobold.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Well, their max life is only 15 because they usually die far sooner. It's like your life expectancy in like Yemen. Yeah, it's not that great. So Yip could wild shape into a deer if she wanted to and try to ingratiate herself with the herd.
What do you guys think?
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Because if the stag is magic, like, and we kill one of the deer, then do we incur wrath from something terrifying?
I'll go along for protection.
Okay. So is anybody? So Shredder and Yip are going to go along. Anybody else?
I'll watch from a distance. I don't want to get like too involved though.
Okay.
I'll go along with my crossbow ready
Okay.
in case, but I'm not interested in initiating. Like, I don't want to hunt unless we're defending ourselves at this point, because I suspect the consequence for that is greater than at first believed.
Schlagen will stay with Elmira so we don't look too overwhelming, but I want to stay close enough that if something happens, we can get there in a short period of time to assist.
Nice.
Okay. So you guys try. Go ahead. Have Yip make a survival check,
Let's see, Yip, sir.
and she can make it an advantage because she's right now a deer.
Well, the first roll was a nat 20, so I don't think I need a second roll.
Yeah, she drills that. So she leads you guys along this trail, and as soon as you start approaching this magnificent stag bounds off into the forest, and she follows it. And after about an hour of tracking this stag, you come upon some overgrown ruins. There's just vines all over them, and the brush is overtaken. But it looks like at one time that these ruins was the keep of a magnificently huge castle. And everybody can make a perception check.
16 for Schlagen, and you've got a 9.
Shredder and Schlagen, you note that these ruins, back when these ruins were whole and in the pristine state, these look like what you've seen of Elven architecture. And as you round the corner to a crumbled wall that is overgrown with ivy into what used to be this keep, you see laying on a patch of grass and kind of shivering and holding up one hand a completely naked male elf. And he's saying something to you in Sylvan. Does anybody speak Sylvan? Or Elvish?
Nope.
Nobody.
I will ask in a very loud voice, speak a dick common.
I speak Elvish.
Okay, in Elvish, he is holding up his hand and saying, "Please, friends, don't attack me. I am not what you think." He lets you know that thousands of years ago, that this was part of a elvish kingdom that flourished along the Sword Coast, and he was cursed to be trapped inside this keep, and if he should ever leave, that he would be turned into this stag with golden fur and platinum antlers to forever be hunted by the humans of the world. And he says he only wanted to go out and see the world. Part of the curse too is to actually lengthen their immortality. He cannot sail to Evermeet because of his curse. He's trapped here. He offers that if you leave him be, he offers you a reward.
What is it?
He goes over and lifts up a rock, and under the rock is a chest, and he opens the chest and he pulls out an elvish longbow, and he sets it down and says, "Please take this. I no longer have any need of it. It may serve you better." And it is a +1 longbow.
Ooh, cool. So I'm going to ask him if the rest of the deer are they with him, or do they just gather because he's a stag?
Well, if you kill one of them, you're going to be cutting down on my harem. But aside from that, do what you got to do.
Then,
don't worry, I'll make more.
we tell the caravan that we chased him into the woods and lost sight of him, and then just try and bring back a couple of deer.
Okay.
And take the book, obviously.
Who wants to make the survival check for hunting or foraging?
Not me.
You can do a survival to show people where the animals are, but you're not great at actual hunting.
So Shredder brings down a deer. If anybody else wants to try, you can.
I'll try.
Well, you guys are able to bring back one deer. Who wants to tell the caravan that you lost the gold furred stag? So whoever wants to tell the caravan needs to make a deception check.
Oh. I have +1. I don't know.
My deception's negative.
I'll have to go +3, 19.
Oh yeah. So the caravan, those that wanted to hunt it and skin it, are rather disappointed that it got away, but they believe you. So who's going to take the +1 bow?
Who can use it? Like, I don't think I can. Can I?
As a cleric? That is a good question.
Just get bow, right? Short bow or long bow?
It's a longbow. Let's see here. So a longbow counts as...
I know Slogging can't use it. Well, I think he can, but that's not his style.
A longbow counts as a martial ranged weapon.
So I can, but that doesn't mean I need to take it. I can use it, but that doesn't mean I need to take it. What about Mist?
Mist is a monk.
Right, would he have proficiency?
I don't know. Let's see. Monks are weird because they're very specific
Yeah.
about their proficiencies. So now, simple weapons and short swords.
Okay.
I was looking up, see if the Yip might be able to take it. I don't even think Yip can take it.
Yeah, clerics, simple weapons.
I can use all martials, but range with longbow won't be my primary.
I have martial proficiency, and I took archery as my fighter specialty.
That would be a good one for you then.
Well, I know, but you also don't want to be like, ooh, fancy new magical thing? I'll take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get the most use out of it compared to the rest of us.
Okay. I just wanted to encourage everyone else to check and see if they could